When students first learn how to solve equations, we start them with one-step equations like this one right here. But you're usually introduced with addition, subtraction, multiplication, and division using inverse operations to eliminate the values that you're trying to isolate the variable. But what happens when you get an equation like this where you have a coefficient that's a fraction, like 2/3? So all we have to do in this scenario, kids always get stuck on this. They say, oh, I haven't seen one like this. What do I do? All you have to do is multiply by the reciprocal of the coefficient. So the coefficient in this case is 2/3. We're just gonna multiply by its reciprocal, which is 3/2. That 3 now cancels that 3 out. This 2 and this 2 would cancel one another. Whatever we do on the left side, we gotta do it on the right side as well. So we're gonna be multiplying 6 times 3/2. So 3/2 gets written over here. 6 times 3 is 18. So this is gonna give us 18/2. And that is the value of x. 18/2 reduces down to 9. Okay, so you're gonna see problems just like this in one-step equation formats, two-step equations, multi-step equations. Whenever you're given a fractional coefficient, on the last and final step like this, you're just gonna multiply by the reciprocal. And the reciprocal is just that fraction flipped. So 2/3, reciprocal is 3/2. Reciprocal of 3/7 is 7/3. You're just flipping the fraction over. Now let's look at a problem where it's a two-step equation like this. All right, now we're just looking at a two-step equation where we have to eliminate the -2 term as well as 3/5. So we're gonna do those same steps. We're inverse operating, so opposite of -2 is adding 2. That's gonna cancel that out. I do it to the right side over here as well. 4 plus 2 is gonna provide me with 6. I got 3/5 x coming down, and we are about to multiply by the reciprocal. Multiplying by 3/5 flipped. We're just flipping that value. So boom, boom, 5/3, 5 cancels 5, 3 cancels 3, automatic. Multiply the other side by 5/3, 5/3, 6 times 5 gives me 30 over 3. This is now equal to 30/3, which reduces down and simplifies to 10. So in this case, x would have to be 10 to make this equation equivalent to 4. Okay, so this is an example of eliminating a fractional coefficient when it's a two-step equation. And just for funsies, let's look at a multi-step equation where we're gonna end up with a fractional coefficient once we get there. We gotta distribute 2/5 here to both of these terms inside the grouping symbols. So we got 2x times 2/5. We also have to multiply 5 times 2/5. So 2/5 times 2x, 2 times 2 is gonna give me 4/5 with an x attached. 5 times 2/5 would give me 10/5. 10/5. And then we look at that and go, silly Billy, let's change that. 10/5 is really just 2, right? So we're gonna replace that with a value of 2. Now we've got our two-step equation. From here on out, we just have 2 more steps, removing +2, removing 4/5. So let's remove +2 by doing inverse operation, cancels, leaving me with 8 equals 4/5 x. We gotta multiply by the reciprocal, multiply by 4/5 flipped, giving me 5/4, cancels. Multiply by 5/4 over here, 8 times 5, it's gonna give us 40/4. And look at that, we ended up with 10 again. And that's how you're gonna break it down. So whenever you end up at the very end, last and final step, if it is fractional coefficients attached to the x, just multiply by the reciprocal. Flip that value and multiply away. Study hard and good luck on your upcoming test.